What's up, Chicago? Welcome to the Chicago Sports Podcast presented by Goose Island, the official beer of CHGO. Find one of their Chicagoland locations at https://www.gooseisland.com/locations. Thank you very much.
You really did put the HTTP colon slash.
What just happened?
There.
Yeah, I like to put it all in there. World Wide Web is what that stands for. www.
Three W's. That makes sense. Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's a good
People
start.
are getting the double dose of Stuck in me today.
Luke Stuckmeyer, Cody Delmendo, and the man in the middle, Greg Boysen.
Feels like I never left.
Yeah, we were just sitting here like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, how's
Seats
the
warm, my butt groove's nice and in place. This is nice.
But now
Vibes.
you're here for Bedardapalooza.
Hey,
Bedardapalooza?
Bedardapalooza.
it's my life for the next 15 to 20 years. No
Let's
complaints.
Very nice. We'll get to the great luck of the Chicago Blackhawks in a second. We do want to tell you very exciting news. We have our own breaking news. This might not be the number one pick, but it should be the number one pick in your closet.
Oh.
New dope merch has arrived to the CHGO locker. ALLCITY.com. Check it out. We have the Crosstown Series release already. North side, south side. Look at that swag.
Those are pretty. I like those.
I gotta say the blue and the red go so well together with the gray. In terms of the Cubs version here, I'm the Cubs guy.
I don't know. I think they're both pretty slick. I will say
like
this:
the Cubs one the most.
In the Cubs podcast today, when we were live, people were talking about my dad hats. You guys have the cool hip guy hats with the flatter brims and the backwards bill.
Snapbacks.
This is just to keep the sun out. Just to keep the sun out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a lot of sun in the studio?
There was on the traffic on the way in.
A lot of these giant
These bright
glowing
lights,
umbrellas.
bright lights. Anyways, new dope merch. You could also sign up, by the way, to be a diehard and get one of those shirts for free. You also get access to all the great articles that are written at allchgo.com. You get the CHGO diehard card. You get 20% off all the merch all the time. You get discounts to all of our great events, which, by the way, we'll talk Bears schedule. Who doesn't want to be there? Because I guarantee we got a tailgate week 1 against the Packers.
Baby.
Huh? Get your discount now. Sign up and get it.
I promise you I will be there. I will be at the tailgate.
Those early season tailgates are the way to go because
The weather will be nice.
cold yet.
Unless it's raining like it was last year for San Francisco.
Or it's 95 degrees.
Or 95 degrees.
We
That's
could get
another
anything on that.
That's
day.
fair, but we didn't do a
Chicago.
tailgate for week 1 last year.
No, we didn't.
And
that
so,
seemed to be a wise choice.
This is going to be a big one, even if it does rain, because it's going to be Bears-Packers. Honestly, I can't wait.
This should be a good one.
It'll be a good one.
Let's get right to the serious business of this week's Taking Care of Business Award winner, powered by ComEd. It's Blackhawks general manager Kyle Davidson. Davidson gets a power boost similar to the power of a new energy-efficient LED light. Hawks GM cashes in on an 11%, roughly 11% chance, the number one pick in the NHL Draft. Let there be light. The Hawks have hope. Once again, highly hyped prospect, 17-year-old Connor Bedard's coming to the West Side from glimmer of hope to bright, shiny future. Kyle Davidson is taking care of business. More so than you ever thought he could. I'm going to tell you, Greg, I was worried. I thought they were going to drop out of the top 3 because it was like 11% or something like that for 1, 11% for 2, and what was it, 7% they'd get number 3.
Their best odds were to be at 4 or 5. Their worst odds was to stay at 3.
Wow.
Hey, it
The
worked.
stars aligned.
It worked out. It caused a lot of reaction. I'll just say that.
You want to see that's what you want to call it, reaction?
You know,
Go check it out.
I'm over it. Like, it is what it is. As I tweeted out Monday night after we got off the air, I said I'm going to brew my coffee with the tears of 31 other fan bases tomorrow morning, and it was the best cup of coffee I've had in a long time. Cry some more. It just fuels it even more. I get it. I understand why people are upset, but
And you're saying this because of
People
like the
outside
odds.
of Chicago.
Outside of Chicago.
Yeah,
Outside of Chicago.
non-Hawks fans.
Yeah.
No, the Hawks fans aren't
Because
upset.
people think that this is in all sports. A lot of people think the lottery's like rigged.
Yeah, the whole thing
Like
was
people,
televised.
A lot of people think it's rigged when the Bulls got Derrick Rose, or they got the number 1 pick to get Derrick
listen.
Rose because he's from Chicago.
I also host bar trivia. I've been doing that for way too long. Every week, no matter what team wins, every other team calls them cheaters. They were on their phone, they're cheating. Doesn't matter. So it wouldn't have mattered who won the draft lottery. Everybody else would have complained. But
I mean,
let's
personally,
face it, the Blackhawks. There we go. There's.
I think that kid on the left should have won taking care of business. I
Who
don't know
is
who
that
he is,
kid?
but he's
He
the one.
looks familiar.
He pressed the
Well, I
button.
thought it was,
He made the balls go around in our favor.
I thought it was DeBrincat for a second.
Ha.
it's
too tall.
It's way too tall. A little too.
No. You see how short
A
Bettman
little
is?
too husky.
Exactly.
He's only like an inch taller than Bettman.
Kitty cat's a little shorter.
Yeah, the Blackhawks, believe it or not, are not the most well-liked team
No?
outside of Chicago. There's been a few things that have upset people.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of people think they don't deserve the number 1 pick because of the whole Kyle Beach scandal. And
Yeah. All those
I
people are
understand
gone.
it. That, but nobody said they should have been taking away draft picks because of that, because there were other teams that lost draft picks. Arizona lost a draft pick, but that was tampering pre-draft. The Devils lost a draft pick about 10 years ago for signing Ilya Kovalchuk to an illegal contract. They got penalized draft picks because they were doing things to try and gain an advantage on the ice. They were
Cheat the game.
Exactly. What the Blackhawks did, yes, 1,000,000 times worse than draft pick tampering, but also not trying to cheat the game. So there's no rule established for that. There were rules established. If you do this, you lose a draft pick. Nobody wanted the Blackhawks to lose a draft pick until 7:26 p.m. on Monday night. Nobody said it last year when they made 3 first-round draft picks. They traded and got 3 first-round draft picks. You didn't hear a word of, the Blackhawks don't deserve first-round picks. No, it wasn't until Connor Bedard that all of a sudden the outrage, the fake outrage, was everywhere.
They just jelly.
And if it was rigged, yeah, you would rig it for the Blackhawks, because getting a generational talent in this city is good for everybody. So all the fans that were arguing from all these other cities that, this is garbage, blah, 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 wah, 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 change your diaper and don't worry, because in 3 or 4 years, the salary cap is going to go up $5 or $6 million because the Blackhawks are good again.
Yeah.
And that benefits everybody. When the Blackhawks are good, the entire league makes money, the salary cap goes up, and everybody else can start signing their good young players and keep them, because the NHL, unfortunately, punishes you for drafting well.
That's just trickle-down economics, everybody.
Voodoo economics.
And the Hawks have how many? Don't they? They've got a bunch of first-round picks the next couple years.
This is the most exciting part, because not only did you we watched it live on the air, the just absolute craziness that happened.
Mario's head popped off.
Yeah, I mean, it
Spun around 3 times and exploded
It
to
was
the
pretty
ceiling.
amazing. But then you sat and you realized, wait a minute, we're getting Connor Bedard, and they have 7 more picks this year in the first 3 rounds of an historically deep draft. They have a second first rounder. They have 4 second rounders and 2 third rounders, plus Connor Bedard. And you have 2 first rounders next year. You have 2 first rounders in 2025. This is how you rebuild.
Yeah.
Even without winning Connor Bedard. That's why the Connor Bedard thing is great, but that was just gravy. Even if you picked 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th, you were still in the right path because you have so many more draft picks.
But
Like,
I
he
don't
just
know
makes it better.
and I don't know the other
absolutely.
names. I don't know I know you said like the top 2, 3, 4, 5 guys are all good. So I have 2 questions for you, Greg. Number 1, I got more than 2 questions. Number 1, how good is this kid? Like, who are we comparing him to? Like, people have said he's the best prospect since Connor McDavid, who's the best player in the NHL. Is he a better prospect than when they had the first pick and took Kane?
Yes.
Much better? So he has more hype around him coming in than Kane did.
A million. Yeah, well, for a lot of other reasons, though. I mean, in this city, yes, because you got to remember, 2007, no one was really paying attention.
Right.
Dark ages.
But I'm saying around the hockey world,
Yes,
like,
yes.
does he have the hype of like Sidney Crosby?
It's up there. Yes, it's Connor McDavid. It's Sidney Crosby. It's Austin
You
Matthews.
piqued my interest. You
This
piqued my
is-
interest to $2.5 million in 90 minutes of ticket sales.
Yeah, this is a generational talent that gets thrown out a lot. That term, but
So he's easily the best player. He's most likely the best player on the Blackhawks day one training camp.
the second they officially draft him, he becomes the best player on the Blackhawks roster for the next 15 years.
And he's still, by the way, he's 17 at the
17,
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best way I could describe him, we had Cam Robinson of Elite Prospects, prospect expert on our show during the season, and he said Connor Bedard is Patrick Kane with Austin Matthews' shot.
That would be good.
So you get the playmaker
Yeah.
that could also score 60 goals a season. So imagine Patrick Kane's abilities, speed, passing, but if Patrick Kane scored 60 goals a season.
Wow. I actually heard Patrick Kane talking about Bedard with Pat Boyle on an interview when I guess they were at some camp. I don't know what camp it was, but it was like Bedard was invited and was playing against established NHL players. And as they were skating around, he's like, you don't understand, like, he said, he's the real deal. Looks like he's going to be really special. And he's got a confidence for a kid that's 17 that you just don't see. He said he was going on a breakaway 2-on-1, and he's skating with Connor McDavid, and he looks him off and takes the shot himself for the goal. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, high school kid.
This kid's going to be in the starting lineup on day one, and he's I'm going to say it right here. He'll have a better career now, obviously, health-wise.
Oh, boy.
Health matters, but
Help me. Assuming he's healthy.
All things go well, he'll finish his career with more points and more hardware than Patrick Kane.
wow.
Who will finish as the greatest American-born player of all time. Now, Bedard is Canadian,
Yep.
but you're saying he most likely could be. He will. You believe he's already going to be in the conversation for greatest Blackhawk of all time?
If he hits his potential, yes. I
Wow.
mean, he's that
So-
good. He's like Connor McDavid-esque type good.
So here's my question, and everyone knows I'm not as knowledgeable about the Blackhawks or hockey in general. But what will be your opening night expectations, or at least for his expectations for his rookie season?
3 goals, first night.
Like
Hat
for
trick.
Give me the Hattie.
Like overall, what would be? I feel like fair expectations for year one.
Year one, plays all 82 games. See, ask me again July 2nd when the Blackhawks go through free agency and I see what they surround them with.
Okay.
But just kind of guessing on what they may bring in to surround him, I think fair expectations for Connor Bedard his rookie season is at least 25 goals and 70 points. And a Calder trophy for being rookie of the year.
Let's go.
Okay.
That's
Even though there are
smart.
other great prospects that will be playing and rookies next year.
Yeah, but it just the talent level. I think that's a fair expectation. That might be putting a lot of pressure on the kid, but he doesn't seem to. The pressure doesn't get to him. Like, he was on the World Junior team for Canada, and set the record for the most points in one tournament for Team Canada. I think
Okay.
quite a few really good players have played
Yeah.
on that Canadian World Junior team, and he shattered the record for the most. He had 23 points in 7 tournament games, playing against the best players in the world in his age group.
So that's why his head was exploding.
So
Yes.
I guess to follow that up, say they make most of the offseason moves that you would like for them to make to go with him. How good do you think the Blackhawks can be next year?
It's not about winning next year. While this,
I know it's a rebuild, but like how much better than last season, I guess.
I mean,
well, he only
okay,
gets to play for like 2 minutes at a time.
even
So that's
even without Connor Bedard, say we were picking second or third, this coming up year is going to matter more. It's going to be more important, regardless results, because there's going to be more guys playing this coming up season that will actually be here when the team is good again, that actually matter, as opposed to this past season. There really wasn't anybody here. You know, Reichel came up for a few games, you know, outside of like Seth Jones, who's got an 83-year contract, or, you know, Philip Kurashev is a guy that maybe if you squint hard enough can be a piece of this. Next year, he probably won't be here next year.
Oh, boy.
You know, we just had that debate. Go back and watch the CHGO Blackhawks
well, that was a
podcast.
teaser.
We talked all
Set you up
about
for that,
Kevin
Korchinski.
Korchinski, but
I love that name.
like Reichel's going to be here for a full season. He matters. Bedard obviously matters.
Yeah.
You're going to have a couple of the young defensemen come up. Probably Alex Vlasic and Isaac Phillips are probably going to be the first two guys to cement them. Rockford, the Ice Hogs, and the AHL are going to have more guys that matter than they did this year. So this season is going to be more intriguing because there's going to be more players that actually matter. It's not just about trying to lose as many games as possible. It's not just about will Patrick Kane or Jonathan Toews get traded.
Yeah.
None of that's going to be around. It's going to be about let's see these kids who are going to be here when this team is a cup contender again make their first steps, and let's see how they progress from October to April.
Sean in the chat says Bedard has the best juniors career since Lemieux or Gretzky. Those are two good names to be associated with. I do have an important question. This is something that myself, you know, known as Puckmeyer for many years, and Del Pucky over there. We got to simplify. We got to simplify it a little bit. What's the kid's nickname? I asked this and I could not get an answer. Is it Bedardsy? Is it Dardsy?
We actually had the
Better?
We had the Regina Pats play-by-play announcer on our show yesterday. Again, it's in the archives. Check it out.
Great show. Awesome interview.
Set you up again.
We are all Bedard all the time. We might just rename it the CHO Bedard podcast.
Bedardapalooza.
That was actually the very first question we asked him.
And?
Bedsy is the nickname.
Bedsy. I knew it.
Basically,
I said either Bedardsy, Bedsy, or Better.
We'll call him whatever he wants to be called, but
Eddie Better.
Let's face it.
As long as it's not Con Man.
Hockey guys, they're not the most creative when it comes to nicknames. It's usually a Z.
Kane's nickname
or
is longer than his regular name.
Yeah.
How's that make sense? Kaner.
Yeah.
Easier to just say Kane. Taser is longer than Taves.
It's either an ER or a Y added to your last name.
Sharpie's longer than Sharp.
Sharpie. Like, it's
Shawzy.
Bedsy. This past year, you know, you had a couple of, like, nicknames with Colin Blackwell. They called him Blackie.
Yeah.
Or they called
That's not
Jason
good.
Dickinson. They called him Dickie.
That's,
like, there's nothing, like, that brings out the inner 14-year-old in me more than listening to Luke Richardson say Dickie in a press conference where I'm just like, don't laugh. You're a professional. You can plug through this. So yes, hockey nicknames.
I mean,
they're
just
not
basically
hard
add a
to
Y.
figure out.
All you do is add a Y.
Add a
Or
Y,
an ER.
Or an ER.
Kaner.
Taser.
Okay, fine.
It's an ER or a Y. Doesn't matter if it makes shorter or longer.
Every once in
That's
a
what
while,
they're
you
going
get you get Crow. You know,
Yeah, that's right.
You get
That
you
makes
know,
sense.
Yeah.
Hoss.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, Bedsy is where we're going. But maybe that will be our campaign for the during training camp, was come up with the official nickname.
Something new for him.
Yeah.
Cody and I were talking about this last night, and I said, how are we going to do this? Because we're not the hockey experts that Craig is, so we don't want to look stupid. Well, it's too late for that. So
Very much so.
we stole an idea from Greg Braggs.
Oh, no.
Brick by brick, this subject is going down. So we said, all right, what are the greatest he was asking, what are the greatest non-championship moments in Chicago sports? Now, I think that's too easy because you can start firing off. For me, it was like, you know, Barrett punches AJ is like top 5 because it was, you know, it was fun.
Yeah.
The fight was fun. It was the peak of Crosstown in this town.
There's a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of.
Yeah.
What about non-game events? This has got to be there. To me, this is not as big. Bedard is not as big as Derrick Rose. Mm-hmm. Because when they got the number 1 pick and your Chicago kid was there for the number 1 pick, and one basketball player can make a way bigger impact than one hockey player. Usually, Maybe not if he's this great.
You know, you still need to surround him with guys. But
So,
yeah, you're right.
so I would say Rose is the 1.7, or was that what it was? 1.7, 1.9. That's the peak of off the field stuff. But what else off the field, out of game, non-championship Chicago moments can you think back and say, wow, the city was buzzing?
There are two that pop up immediately to mind, in my head. One of them, shocking, hockey related. The day that the Blackhawks signed Marian Hossa.
Yeah.
That was like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah. Even non-hockey fans knew the name Marian Hossa.
it was, okay, they're serious about this. That's a guy that the Blackhawks never signed. Yeah, they would sign Marian Hossa 3 years after he was like, that's when they signed Peter Bondra or Doug Gilmour or those guys. But to get him in his prime, and that was the final piece, that was huge. And the other moment that is up there with me was when the Cubs hired Joe Madden. That felt like, oh my God.
More
like,
than Theo? I think they're equal to me. It was like 1A, 1B, and they happened close, and you were like, wow, bang, bang.
The Theo was a big deal, obviously, but then like him bringing in Madden was like,
They're trying now.
You saw the direction things were going.
Yeah.
You saw what was coming, and you were like, "That's the guy. That's the guy to do it." And because again, that was a guy that you thought like, yeah, it wasn't possible. I remember thinking that was when Andrew Friedman that went to the Dodgers, and he was the guy in Tampa. I thought, oh, he's going to follow Friedman to the Dodgers. It's never going to happen.
You're right. It was a 1-2 punch. It was like the jab uppercut, right? Like stunned him and then knocked him out.
Because while the Theo was exciting because you knew what he could do as far as building a team, you now felt like you had the right guy that could actually get the results from the team.
It's good.
And I know there was Piniella and there was Dusty Baker, the high-profile guys. Even
They
back
were
then,
hyped.
Even Don Baylor was hyped up, but you never got the payoff from that.
No, not like Madden.
And then it was like you had the combination of the front office and the manager and the right mix of young talent coming through where you were like, this is different.
See, I was going to say John Lester when he signed, which was what, like
That was a
month
moment.
later?
Yeah.
I remember
deal
being
too.
in my college apartment refreshing Twitter for like the entire night waiting to, just see, because it was peak free agency at the time in Major League Baseball, where you didn't have to wait until January for big major free agent signings. And I just, I knew Lester was a high possibility. And like you said with Madden, I thought if they get Lester, then this team can be something and something to have some hope and fun with next year. And I remember when it happened, at least for me, I went bonkers and didn't go to sleep because I was too fired up. And this is like in the middle of the night. So I feel like a lot of Cubs fans felt like that. Mm-hmm. But as another one, I know we haven't seen it yet, but I was absolutely like mind blown excited when the Bears drafted Justin Fields. Like, we haven't seen the results yet, but like the potential is there. And if things work out the way we hope, we're going to remember the day that they drafted Justin Fields.
I was a little more skeptic just because I've seen so many first-round quarterbacks turn out to be complete garbage.
Based off potential and
You're
and
off.
hope and
You're
all
off
that.
by a guy though, because out of all of these things, I still say the biggest hype that I can remember in Chicago sports wasn't the number one. You could argue D Rose because basketball is so beloved, but nothing's more beloved than the Bears. And when they traded for Cutler,
That was the next one I was going to bring up.
everybody in this city was ready to lose their minds because for the first time they were like, this guy is an actual quarterback. We're going to throw the football.
We're going to throw it now.
Now, it
That
didn't
lasted
turn out.
about-
It
that
didn't
lasted
turn
about
out the
3
way you
quarters.
wanted. It didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. But when they traded for Cutler, there were very few critics. Like, most fans were just like, it's over. I don't care who the Packers have. We've got a 3,000-yard passer. He's going to light him up. We got a Pro Bowl quarterback.
And we have the defense.
So that's one that didn't work out. The hype didn't work out. Lord help us if that happens with Bedard. I didn't want to put it out there.
No, don't do that. But Sean Caselli in the chat says, this was not an on-field impactful moment, but retiring Ron Santos' jersey the day after clinching the Central in 2003 stands out to me.
That's a cool moment.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
But I think Kaz81 is probably
Even-
the winner here. He says,
maybe,
I'm back.
2 negatives. I'm back. I'm back. And also the retirement before that.
Yeah.
Those have to be top 3.
And that's what
That was
Danny
very small
Murray
child.
was
You're
saying.
right. I'm
True.
back is number 1.
Danny
I'm
Murray,
back
yeah.
happened, and people were just streaking all over the city.
Yeah.
That's not even just Chicago. That's just in
The world.
That's in
yeah.
life, baby.
Except for New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for
And-
New
It was a
York.
big deal.
Indianapolis.
One
Yeah.
move, we were actually just talking about this earlier with Jay Zawaski and Vinny Duber of our White Sox crew. For some reason, the Nomar Garcia-Parra trade.
Nomar.
I was thinking
Oh,
that
yeah,
too.
Nomar was
yeah.
a big one. Yeah.
So excited
I
about
was.
that.
Yeah.
No,
And I'm like,
Yeah.
because we were talking and we're like, man, I remember his first at bat, the standing
Yeah.
ovation, and I literally don't remember anything else.
No.
Yeah.
Like I forgot he was actually technically on the team the next season.
Yeah, the pitch clock would have ruined him, but he
Yeah.
was already ruined by the time he got to the Cubs.
Yeah, there was a
The-
few other
the
things.
gloves,
A few other
and then
things
the gloves
ruined him
again.
way long before that.
Yeah.
but-
I guess I know it's like it was before a game, but like when the Cubs brought the World Series trophy, the first home game in 2017, like I always remember that day,
Yeah.
that game, the parade after winning, like one of the largest.
Yeah,
events
so
ever.
if we're allowing the parades, those were the immediate things
Sure,
that all came
parades.
to my mind.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
I was
Yeah.
in Grant Park in '99 for the final Bulls one, and that was insane. I remember we walked all the way from Grant Park back to Clark and Belmont after because you didn't want there was no
Yeah.
cabs or whatever. You didn't want to get out of the
It's a
train.
long walk.
It was crazy. We like walked through Lincoln Park Zoo, took our time. It took a long time, but it was fun. And Sox in 2005. I was right on Lake Street.
Bears
had
parade.
had to watch them duck, and not hit their
The
heads.
Super
on the
Bowl
hill.
parade
I
was
remember that.
something
It was
else.
a
I
ticker
skipped
tape
school.
parade
Yeah, I
in
skipped school to see it.
January,
Freezing,
cold.
yeah.
I remember it. We didn't go. There was no way. My parents were going to take me out of school for that. But I think I was first grade when that happened, and yeah, I remember just seeing it on TV. All the
I'm back is one.
all the shredded
Yeah.
paper coming
Yeah.
out of the buildings, and they were on the buses, and yeah, I remember that.
Jay Cutler's top 10 for
How
sure. I'm
about,
telling you, he's top 10. It
I
just
agree,
didn't
no,
work
I
out.
agree with that. Yeah.
Does
for
it
sure.
does it count when the Blackhawks brought the cup to Wrigley and it was Cubs Sox?
Oh, and the
Remember they
Sox
got
brought
the photo
their-
of all three
Yeah.
teams at Wrigley.
That was
It
cool.
was
That was
a
a
cool
cool
moment.
moment.
I was there for that. That was neat, but I wouldn't put it up with I'm back or getting the lottery for Rose or for Bedard.
I got one for you. How about when they blew up the Bartman ball?
No.
at Harry Carey's.
No, no.
Come on.
Non-game activities. Parades are obviously up there.
Yeah, the 2010 parade for the Hawks was fun for me because I remember that was the day of my cousin's wedding, and that was originally supposed to be if the Hawks didn't win it in Philly in Game 6, Game 7 was going to be played the night of her wedding. I remember she was texting me. She's like, because I had season tickets back then. She was texting me like, so what if the Hawks play Friday night? I'm like, I'll send my card with my parents, and I'll see you next weekend. Like, I'm not coming. Sorry. Yeah. But the fun part about that was just so many people. It was so cool. And then, like, I remember walking because my cousin got married at that church right across the street from like the ABC or like on Washington, that big church.
Oh,
right
I know what you're
downtown.
talking about. Yeah.
So like they actually I remember walking down there and seeing my uncle and my cousin in their tuxedos trying to get a glimpse of the parade like 10 minutes before the wedding started.
MP in the chat is saying, how is Derrick Rose equivalent to Bedard? Rose wasn't the best NBA prospect in 15 years. And I'm saying, because we're talking about Chicago.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because we had the Jordan era and 6 championships and we're starved for this great team, and they got the Chicago kid.
Yeah, I think it's
Right? They got the number 1 pick with a 1.7
It
chance.
was a bigger. It was a
and
much
he
bigger,
was
yeah.
he was one of our own.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think when we look back at it in 10 years, if Bedard is everything
could
we think
surpass.
he's going to be, people are going to say, well, because the Derrick Rose results, the end result,
That's right.
didn't live up to the hype that it was, but that was a big deal. And let's face it, there are more Bulls fans than Blackhawks fans. in
Oh,
this
well,
town,
that's not.
so-
Yeah, it's a bigger
so
basketball
it was a
town
big,
than it
it
is
was
hockey.
a bigger deal.
Yeah.
I know hockey fans
And one, like I said, one guy. There's only 5 on the court.
You said it. I didn't say it, Greg.
No, hockey fans, we have an inferiority complex. We do. Yeah. Please love my sport. But, yeah, Derrick Rose was, as of now, is a bigger deal. But let's see in 6, 7, 8 years, we could be saying something different.
Jake is saying, was there a lot of excitement for the Kane lottery? And the answer is, when Kane was drafted, I was at then Comcast Sportsnet. We sent Josh Mora to the draft to interview Kane when he was drafted. And it was like, we were almost chuckling about how it was just insignificant. Nobody seemed to care about it. He was interviewing his sisters and his family, and we were like, we were doing whole shows on it, and nobody else was there. It wasn't like every media outlet was running to go do this draft.
The Blackhawks were an afterthought.
That's right.
2007. They'd been in the playoffs once in the past decade. They were forgotten. So there was no hype. We got to remember the Hawks now we're 8 years removed from a Stanley Cup. There's still that whole new generation of fans that they gained from winning the Cup are still passionate. They're still there. There's so many more eyeballs on the Blackhawks now than in 2007. So it was not even close. And the way sports are covered are completely different.
Yeah, that's true too.
There's not the round of clock. It's not in your face like it is now. There was no NHL network that had 24 hours of programming it needed to kill.
We have podcasts.
There wasn't an amazing Blackhawks
Yeah.
podcast that had to do 5 hours a week.
The best.
There wasn't any of that. I literally had to go on ESPN.com to see who they drafted because the NHL Draft lottery wasn't even televised. Then, so it wasn't even close. And when they got it, there wasn't as much information on it, and there wasn't the need for the information. There wasn't Blackhawk fans going crazy. There were the diehard fans that were excited about it, but it's apples and oranges between the two.
There was excitement for Ben Wallace as a free agent. I agree with Sean. I remember that being pretty exciting.
Yeah,
I definitely fell.
They
into
were the fear
trap.
of the fro hats that you could get, and people were wearing to the game early. People were excited about Ben Wallace.
I still have mine in a closet. It's a little problematic. I got to be honest.
A little problematic
at this point.
Yeah, no, I as a kid, I fell into that trap of falling into that hype. Yeah.
Well, here's what the hype you're not going to miss. Summer's coming. Everybody's excited for summertime shy. Are you ready to unveil your beach bod? Manscaped is here to ensure your body is ready for the wild with their game-changing full-body grooming and hygiene products. Don't be the guy at the beach with an Austin Powers chest hair map. It's time to get ready for hot guy summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code CHGO. Go get Manscaped, get their Performance Package 4.0. The kit comes with the Essential Lawnmower 4.0, waterproof, cordless body trimmer, and a ton of liquid formulations to round out your grooming routine. Whether you're trimming your chest or your treasure chest, this is the best trimmer on the market. Their trimmer features a ceramic blade designed to cut hair on loose skin and reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. No one likes nose hairs. So their package also comes with a Weed Whacker 2.0. Let me tell you, I burned out 4 or 5 motors on that thing because I'm grinding away up there, but nothing's more powerful. You'll also get 2 more free gifts, the Shed Travel Bag, $39 value, and the patented high-performance reduced chafing Manscaped Boxers. If you're wearing sandals, don't forget, I saw Matt Peck in here. He likes to wear those Moses sandals around here in the summertime. Make sure you're getting the Shears 2.0 nail kit, so you're not grossing out your coworkers. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code CHGO at manscaped.com. 20% off and free shipping with the code CHGO at manscaped.com. Trim your chesticles with the besticles.
Oh.
That was just an incredible ad read, Luke. Thank you. I needed that. I'm going to give you an even better one because our friends at Pins and Aces are one of my new favorite partners because I have a hat. I have the hoodie. It's all white, and it's a dry fit feeling. It's a golf apparel company, but you can wear it casually too. That's right. That's why I love them. Pins and Aces is the official golf apparel partner of ALLCITY and CHGO. We love our Pins and Aces gear and get tons of compliments on and off the course. They are a family-owned golf and apparel business. They make amazing polos, hats, golf bags, and even our favorite beer sleeve, an innovative product that allows you to store 7 beers right inside your golf bag and keep the drinks cold. It's a lot of Goose Island, guys. I'm just saying. Check out pinsandaces.com and use code CHGO to receive 15% off your first order and get free shipping. That's pinsandaces.com.
Just so you know, I don't know how many watch the CHGO Blackhawks podcast on a regular basis, but the beer sleeve can also be served as a beef sleeve.
Oh, wait a minute.
We have tested this out. Jay bought the beer sleeve and then bought 4 beef sandwiches from Al's Italian Beef.
Oh, wow.
Kept them in there, and they were
Kept them
still
warm.
warm 2.5 hours
Delicious.
later.
I got to have one.
Wow.
So,
all right.
Beer/beef sleeve.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
I got to be
Now
honest
that's
with
what
you.
I'm
The beef
talking
sleeve
about.
is interesting to me now.
It was delicious.
It might be the way to just carry the beef back from Al's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
or Portillo's or
it's like-
wherever
it's
you
like
want to
that
go. It might just
insulated
be
pizza
the.
box carrier
Johnny's.
that the pizza guys have. It's that,
Johnny's.
except for Italian beefs.
Oh, that's something else.
You could fit 4 regular
Shout
sized
out to
beef
Man with the
Pins
sandwiches.
and Aces,
sandals,
man. They
Matt
just
Peck
make
just
everything
walked in.
so bad.
And
So
then
good.
The beef sleeve.
Yeah.
the inside.
Have you tried to deep dish it down in there? Slide a piece of deep dish down there?
I don't think
I don't
that's
eat
going to
deep
work.
dish.
Doesn't work.
I mean, you could probably throw some dogs, some hot dogs.
Oh, absolutely.
Couple,
you
two
could probably
tree
fit
hot
about
dogs.
a good dozen of hot dogs in that thing.
Yeah.
Sean says, Dad bod summer. Thank you very much. That's right.
Hey.
Either way, Manscaped is your friend. So today is big because everybody's losing their mind in Chicago because it's NFL schedule release day.
Oh, yes. Everybody's losing their mind.
This
We're
is
so
one of the
excited.
crazy. I don't understand this. I know we're going to have our Bears podcast will be loaded with people in the chat tonight.
Yep.
All excited about the schedule. I don't understand it, okay? Because A, you know who they're playing already. We know the teams they're playing. And B, you don't know who's good. You think you know who's good, but I thought the 49ers were going to crush the Bears last year. It didn't happen. So why am I worrying about this right now? Well, some people do. They get very, very excited. Cody was running the account. Oh, we're going to host the Packers on week 1. Well, that's nice for tailgate plans. I like that idea, right? Then we got it's Green Bay first, Green Bay last. And Herb Lawrence reminded me to say, please don't ever say that is a Packer sandwich because the sandwich is the middle. Mm-hmm. You don't ever say I had a bread sandwich.
That's true. Yeah.
Whatever's in the middle. So that's a Bear sandwich.
Bears.
Bear sandwich.
Now,
Fair.
does this interest you, the schedule release, at all?
Okay. I'm going to have my get off my lawn moment here.
Here we go.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
We got 2 get off our lawn
Yes.
guys here.
This is
3.
old man. This is old
3. I'm the
old
young
man
guy.
hour co-starring Cody today. All right, I get it. The NFL is king. They can do whatever they want, however they want to do it, and people eat it up.
That's right.
It
let's
really is
let's
true.
have the draft over 72 days, 1 pick per day. Why are we releasing it like 1 game an hour? Like it's a jigsaw puzzle. Just
It's
put
so-
the schedules out.
So silly.
Get over yourselves. It's not that big a deal. Just put the schedule out. Why is it like every hour another game is revealed? Like this is some stupid game show.
Right.
But it's working. People are
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all over Twitter.
Oh, we're talking
the
about-
reveals. It's like enough, NFL. We get it. NFL, you're the #1 sport in the world. Just
Outside of soccer, maybe.
cut me some slack.
I
I
don't-
don't need a full day
I don't
for.
either.
I don't care that much.
As the guy who has to produce the show was supposed to be at noon, but is actually at 7 o'clock tonight, I am very upset by the schedule release.
But as Luke just said,
But
we,
it's gonna
we
be
know who
exciting,
they're
the show.
playing,
Oh,
and
it's
we know
gonna be
where
great.
they're
Can't
playing
wait.
them.
That's right.
Just give us the dates and the time, and half of those dates and times are going to change throughout the year anyway.
Right, flexing. Yeah.
All right, I've got the first topic for Carm, Hogue, Braggs, whoever might be on, Moriano.
Yeah, I think Mood might be on.
I don't love, I will say this, when I saw the schedule, I don't love hosting the Packers in the very first game.
I do.
Why? Don't I love it? Well, do I think they're going to win? Yes. But on the odd chance that Jordan Love throws 5 touchdown passes in that first game, all the happy vibes you built up this offseason will go down the toilet faster than you can say goodbye.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it will.
You're right.
There is a
That's
there is
one
a
way to look
danger.
at it, Stuck.
There is a danger to that first
There
game. I'm
is.
just saying. I don't think it's going to happen, but if it happens, a lot of good vibes are going to get it washed away.
You could say that against whoever they play opening night.
Not more than Jordan Love, though. Like, we finally got Rodgers out of there. We finally have a wide receiver to go with our quarterback.
I mean, yeah, the expectation is going to be high, and there's probably going to be, some disappointment. Cody's going to get ready to get hurt again. It's not going to be the 95-0 whooping we want to see, but I love the fact that we could start the season against Green Bay for the first time in 30 years.
Glass half full.
We don't have to hear about Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, you will.
Well, we will.
You will a
but
lot.
It's not going to be. We're not going to have to watch either of those two despicable people beating our beloved.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, both of those guys, as we say on our show, #confirm Pudwack. We don't have to hear about it. So for the first time in 30 years, the Bears are going into that matchup with the better quarterback. And it's time. It's the perfect changing of the guard, passing the torch, whatever cliche you want to
Just
use.
win.
But you have to win that game to make that
win.
happen. Otherwise, that storyline is just a bunch of fluff.
Yeah.
But they're going to win.
I hear you, Luke, but like there's just this little part of me that like it does feel like finally like we have a really good opportunity to actually like not only start the season off right, but beat Green Bay. Like whether Jordan Love was the quarterback or not. I mean, I'm just saying that the Bears roster-wise might be like it is at least even with Green Bay going into next season. It's probably. I was looking at the Vegas odds. I mean, as far as like expectations, I don't expect the Bears' expectations, at least nationally, to be huge early on, but I do expect them to be better than Green Bay, unless Jordan Love does turn out to be something.
Then it would be miserable.
There's no way, though, right?
There's
no way.
It'd be miserable.
All you got to do is go watch those highlights with him facing the Chiefs on some random Sunday whenever Rodgers was out, not last year, but the season before.
Packer fans don't believe it, so that's why I kind of think it's over. Like, they'll pump up anybody, but they don't believe.
Yeah.
They don't believe.
Bears fans are due.
We're due
for the upper hand in this rivalry.
We're due
what
for
better
some
way
good.
to start it?
We're due for some
We've been waiting
good.
30 years to finally be able to like give it back to those bums.
Now, my take on the actual schedule, like being like just slowly pushed out. Honestly, like I'm with you. Only thing that I do enjoy about like the sprinkling is like we heard that the first game of the year, the first primetime game, Lions, Chiefs, like that's cool, like whatever. But yeah, throw out the rest of the
That seems lame. What have the Lions ever won? Okay,
but they have a lot of hype coming into this year.
They didn't even make the playoffs last
They
year.
freaking made us happy, though, at the very end, kicking Green Bay out of the playoffs.
That's true. They deserve it.
They're coming into this season with the best odds to win the NFC North. And they're going up against the Super Bowl champs. Yeah, there's hype there.
They're not winning.
I don't think so either, but I'm just saying there's
built
hype
up
there.
a lot of goodwill that could get flushed down the toilet in one national TV debacle.
Yeah, they get just destroyed by the Chiefs in the first game and then be like, all right.
And then the Bears might be in first place
still
after
the
week
Lions.
one.
Bet on the Bears now.
Hey, the Lions are going to Lions. As I've always said, the Lions are there just to make Bears fans feel better about themselves.
That is so true.
Like, no matter how bad it could be, you could be like, well, at least we're not the Lions.
Yeah.
Well, at 7 o'clock, we have a Bear special. If you're listening to this live, if you're catching this later, go back and look at it. You'll be able to see Greg Braggs going, yes, Lions, week 4, let's go.
and then he'll be on his phone booking
brick by brick,
booking hotel accommodations.
So, can we make fun of the fact that people around the city think that we're reporting the Bear schedule?
Okay, let's real quick.
Wait, what? Yes,
because we got to get the DraftKings. But so ESPN Radio, I was listening in horrible traffic this morning, and they were talking about, okay, we have the Packer games. All right, we have the Washington game. That's been identified because it's Thursday night football, and it's being reported by NBC Sports DC. They're like, and now CHGO is reporting that the Vikings games are this week and this week. And I think Adam Abdallah said it, and he's like, well, CHGO has it, and some Uber driver. So I don't know. They started to try and Black and Abdallah tried to start looking back at like where did this Vikings game first get reported from? Like if it wasn't CHGO, who was it? And as far as they could tell, they went back. It was some Uber driver had reported that the Vikings are playing the Bears on these 2 days. Now, I don't know if that's where our retweet or whatever came from, but apparently the only people reporting the Vikings playing the Bears on these 2 weeks are CHGO Sports and an Uber driver.
All right.
Quote, some Uber
So
driver.
and who is our CHGO Sports today? Our scooter driver over there. So it's a scooter driver and an Uber driver.
All right. In my defense, though, our leader of CHGO, Jake Flanagan, if you go to his Twitter account, he's been tweeting screenshots of the Bears schedule.
Yeah.
Like he's filling in all the weeks based off the things that he's read. And I'll admit, I saw him and was like, well, let's make a really good tweet. That was my thinking. I was like, well, Jake, he knows what he's doing. He isn't going to put out fake news.
No. Well, we're crossing our fingers
So
that
we're
week
crossing our
6 and
fingers
week
we're right
12
on
are
this.
Minnesota.
Wow.
Because right now, it's the scooter rider and the Uber driver
Otherwise, our
and the rest of
reputation's
us.
going right down
I just
the-
love
right
that.
down the
You know,
crapper.
if it does, so what? You mean, like,
Hey,
whatever.
the fact that ESPN is willing to even say that it's reported by us, that's a nice
That's right.
compliment.
And what do I say, Cody? I was almost going to call up and be like, boys, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
Exactly.
Thank you, and we appreciate you listening to CHGO.
Yeah, the fact that me sending a tweet from our main account,
We should have just
got
thrown,
that conversation
You should have
going.
just put out the full schedule, and if the whole thing was wrong, like, whatever.
We tried.
The thing doesn't matter in the first place.
Yeah,
We guessed.
Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story, man.
You know, 2/3 of it could be right.
Even if we get it wrong, it's not going to unlike all those likes.
That's right. That's right. That's
Impressions are forever.
Yeah.
right. Cody, what about the NBA and DraftKings? You're working some hot things there. NBA championships getting close. Some teams I thought were going to get to the NBA finals, I don't think are going to get to the NBA finals anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
Including the Bucks.
I'm riding the Nuggets tonight. I think the Nuggets close it out in Phoenix. So you can make that bet on DraftKings. It's my favorite app. It's my favorite. It is my first favorite app, and then my second favorite app is Game Time. Just in those orders.
And then your third one is, of course, once again, DraftKings.
Yeah, and once again, twice. All right.
Do they have an app?
And Roman.
Yeah.
Roman.com, I don't know.
If they got an app.
Anyway.
It's row.co, but
This
whatever.
just got weird. Okay. The chase for the NBA
app.
title is in full swing, while the best in the NBA battle it out. You can get all the playoff action at your fingertips with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers can make a $5 bet and score $100 or $150 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, everyone can score a no-sweat same-game parlay every day during the NBA playoffs. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and place a same-game parlay on any NBA game. If your bet loses, you'll get a bonus bet back in the amount of your initial bet, which can be up to $10. So, for tonight, I'm taking.
Yeah, what do you got? Because I do have one of those bonus
I'm doing a
bets.
same-game parlay X, which is also part of this opt-in promo. I'm doing Jaylen Brown, 20-plus points. Jason Tatum, 10-plus rebounds. And then in the second game, I'm doing Nikola Jokic, 12-plus rebounds.
Oof.
And I know Jamal Murray is kind of questionable right now, but I'm going
in Phoenix.
Huh?
He's averaged 30 points a game in the 2 games in Phoenix.
Nice. Well, I'm going Jamal Murray, 18-plus points.
Oh, let's go.
Those 4 legs in the same game parlay X comes out to like plus 280, somewhere around there. So that's what I'm riding tonight. $10 wins you like $28.
Let's ride.
It's just nice to win a bet. I know it's not super, like a lot of juice, but again, I'm just trying to win.
I'm a little disappointed. Yesterday we had that Chris Bryant home run bet. Didn't hit.
Did not hit.
Didn't
Yeah.
hit.
Speaking
Sorry,
of
guys.
winning bets, part of the reason I was super excited when the Blackhawks won the lottery is because that
Plus
morning
600.
I bet plus 600 on DraftKings. The
Zing.
Blackhawks would win the lottery.
Wow.
Yeah.
Threw a $10 bill at that bad boy.
Hell
And
yeah.
So part of my excitement when you watch that reaction video is because
Well,
plus
okay.
600, baby.
I want some money, and
Wow.
I'm happy. This doesn't happen all the time.
I'm glad I didn't make the bet because they would not have won the.
Well, half of my followers on Twitter were like, "Thanks, Greg. Now it's not going to happen," based on my luck for most of the season.
Yeah.
But hey, that win right there is gonna I'm gonna put that off to the side. That's gonna pay for all my hockey bets this coming up season.
They can now pay you for apologies. You can make money that way, too.
They can tip you on Twitter. Elon made that possible. Anyway,
I don't want that guy to have my bank account number.
that's fair.
What else you got on DraftKings, Cody?
Anyway, tonight I am riding the Nuggets on the money line. They're road dogs in Phoenix. I also kind of like the 76ers road or home dogs against the Celtics, but I feel a lot more safe with the Nuggets, so that's who I'm taking tonight. Anyway, download the app now. Sign up with code CHGO. New customers can make a $5 bet and score $150 in bonus bets instantly only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code CHGO. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Massachusetts, call 800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Kansas, call 1-800-522-4700 on behalf of the Boot Hill Casino and Resort. 21 plus in eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for offer details. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Whew.
Now,
I don't give Cody that read after a beer bet.
Caitlin wants us to actually record that part of the ad and just play it. But
I like
do
that.
it.
Kevin Kaduk and I haven't really
You haven't
done
gotten
that
to it
yet.
yet.
And so sorry, you're just going to have to keep doing that.
Let me tell you what you don't have to record. My excitement for Game Time, because it's just off the charts. I just downloaded the Game Time app. I got it right here on my phone.
It's my second favorite app.
Let me see here. I got it right here. White G, there it is. Buying tickets to your favorite events shouldn't be stressful. Game Time's fast and easy. It's the way to buy tickets for all sports, music, comedy, theater near you. Killer deals on last-minute tickets and the best price guarantee. You can stop stressing over tickets, start getting hyped for the fun you're going to have. I remember Cody was getting all kinds of college basketball, college football tickets. Now you're starting to get good deals on Cubs tickets. They come back here after that 9-game road trip. It's going to feel good. That's when your summertime shy will set in for that next homestand at Wrigley Field. The Ivy will be fully in, so check out Game Time. Tickets continue to drop every minute. Flash deals, last-minute tickets, easy to find those deals. The best part is you can see where you're going to sit, right? So if you want to run out and as soon as the schedule comes out and go, Bears, Packers, first game of the season, you can see where you're going to be sitting at. Or if you want to go to Wrigley Field, you don't want to be behind a beam, make sure you look at it and look at the image, and you'll know. Lowest price guaranteed, event cancellation protection, job loss protection, Game Time guarantees. You'll always get the best price. It's the fastest growing ticket app in the country for a reason. Get those images of your seat. Buy tickets in a matter of seconds. 2 taps and you're set. Tickets sent directly to your phone. Snag tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create an account. Use the code CHGO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account. Redeem code CHGO for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Like I said, second favorite app.
Do we have to do that, like the Game Time Game of the Week thing? Is that something we have to do this week? I don't know if we do or not.
How about a Game Time Game of the Week, Cody?
Yeah. Well, so here, I got two.
You got
for
one?
You.
You got one, Law?
I got two options for us. Saturday, all right? Jose Abreu and the Astros coming to the South Side. That's option number one here.
The Jose Abreu
What did I
revenge
just
game.
do?
Yeah.
What is going on? What just
I'd be.
happened?
I mean, I'm the Cubs guy,
And then
but
the
I'd
Cubs
be
go
down.
there to play him in Houston.
All right,
Yeah.
so here's option number one.
Yeah.
A lot of
Astros.
Abreu
If you're a
coming
Cubs
up.
fan in
I'm going
Houston,
to go on a limb and say the tickets for the Jose Abreu Revenge Tour weekend probably
deals.
very affordable.
Good deals.
Yeah, I mean you can get in for like $8 plus fees. Now the other option
that's really good, honestly.
That's Saturday at 6:15. How about the Chicago Fire against the hated St. Louis City SC? That is Saturday at noon.
Wow.
So a little noontime soccer, a little footy,
Yeah.
or
Football.
White Sox.
Could be a little muddy.
Now, I'm picking these two because
Well, the soccer they'll play in the rain.
Well, I am picking these two because you guys are both Cubs guys.
Yeah.
And actually, you're a Cubs fan too, aren't you, Greg?
Yeah.
So, would you rather go see the White Sox or soccer? That's my.
I'd probably still go for the Sox game.
Yeah.
don't hate
No, I'd go
soccer.
soccer. I'd go soccer.
I don't hate soccer, but I don't know. Seeing the Chicago Fire in Soldier Field, that even if you had 15,000 people there, it would feel still empty. Just doesn't get me.
Yeah, but I've been watching Ted Lasso. I'm getting more into it now.
I just hate.
I'd probably go the Sox game.
I hate the Soldier Field
Jamie
experience.
tart.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I'm actually really excited about Arlington Park.
Of course you are. Arlington Heights is great.
I'm
Beautiful town.
I'm not a fan
Home
of
of
the
good neighbors.
I'm not a fan of the Soldier Field experience.
No.
No,
so
it's not fun.
Sox Park is way more convenient.
Yeah.
And I enjoy baseball more than soccer.
Okay.
So I'll go
Yeah,
see
there's
the
your game of the
Astros.
week.
I'll bring my own garbage can to hit it, and we'll have some fun.
The Jose Abreu revenge
And
tour.
always, the one thing you can always guarantee when you go to the Sox game is the food's great. So
Good dogs.
Get a rainbow cone.
Law has a video that he's been waiting to show us all afternoon.
Yeah.
Casey's off today. Kevin's off today. But Law did dig up one scroll-stopping video that we must see.
So this happened over
Before we depart.
the weekend. And right there,
what is that?
that is Chonkosaurus. Chonkosaurus is a massive turtle that was spotted in the Chicago River.
In the Chicago River.
She apparently
That's
is
a mutant turtle right there.
She's apparently a pregnant female, a Chicago River snapper. But
Look at
it's
this.
just
Look at the
hilarious
size of
because
that thing.
it's there's no
That is
no sound,
prehistoric.
okay. The
Right?
Instagram
It
account
looks like a dinosaur.
it's Chicago. The Instagram account is crime pays, but botany doesn't.
And you can see some
It's
guy's
these-
intestines underneath her. She's been eating for days.
These
I was asking,
I
like,
think
what
those
is-
are Polish sausages, my friend.
Oh, those are chains? Those are
Yeah.
chains? I
Rusty
thought that
chains,
was testi.
busted up
Those are Link,
pylon.
hot Link. She's just waiting for some brown mustard.
Oh my goodness.
And so these guys are like the most Chicago guys ever. They have a podcast about botany. They actually care
Yeah.
about plants.
And they found this just hanging out on
they
a
found
chain.
this in the river. And these guys actually went on WGN the other day, and one of them was wearing an old Dominic's pullover, which I thought was amazing.
Where do
And
you get that?
I mean, they literally talk like this. These guys are so Chicago. It's fantastic. But it brings up the point that I just wonder, have any of you ever been in the Chicago River?
Or what
No.
would it take to get you in the
Yes,
Chicago
or what
River?
would it
For me,
take?
I would never, ever do it. Ever, because I did the kayaking thing once. And I will tell you that we saw 3 floating condoms in the river.
Oh, is that
And
it?
and as you paddle in those kayak tours, sorry to ruin your business, but the water from the river drips down on
Yeah,
you. So
no.
you're soaked
Out.
with river water. Within a week, I had mono that kept me out of work for a month. I lost like 20 pounds in a week.
That's how you get a staph infection.
And the doctor was like, I'm like, I don't know anybody with mono. Like, I have no idea how I could get mono in my 30s. And he said it was the worst case of mono he had ever seen. I was on like steroids to get rid of the mono for like a month.
Well, now
I
I'm
would
definitely
never-
not getting into
Do
it.
not those idiots that jump off the bridge into the river, not worth whatever how many clicks they're getting on there.
The only time I've been in the Chicago River, I don't even classify as being in it, was like for one of the architectural tours. But you're on
Oh
a big,
yeah,
you're
you're
not
on a
getting any
boat.
water.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you're on a
love
boat.
those. You're not getting water.
Right. No,
If
I
you're
mean,
paddling to the kayak. I'm telling you,
there's
you're
no
soaked.
scenario in the world where
No.
I would get any water on me from the Chicago River that I
No.
would do on purpose.
That
No.
turtle was like 3 ounces before it got in the river, and then a week later, that's what it looked like.
So
I will stick to Lake Michigan.
I have done the kayaking on the river, and I agree that you're paddling, and when you tilt the paddle
Yep,
up
can't
high,
help.
it's just dripping down on
Yep.
your arm and whatever. It's not great. How about though? Shout out to our good friend Dan O'Connor is his name, and he's the Great Lake jumper. He, of course.
It's not going in the river though.
Oh, he's definitely going in the river. This was
No.
Yeah, this was obviously St. Patrick's Day when they
Oh,
died
Dan.
in green, and he's been doing this since the
It's
pandemic.
cold. Plus, he's diving into the river.
Yeah, he does this. Well, he does the lake.
Oh,
every
Dan,
day.
I thought we were going to see something there for a second. Dan, we got to get him the Manscaper 4.0 too.
Yeah, no, he's
Look at this.
he's a big rock and roll guy.
I think we see butt crack. Can we
You know,
stop the
settle
video
down.
before we get stopped
Settle
here?
down.
This is a
Plumber.
family show.
Come on, man. Anyways, he's done that. Have you ever thought of doing that?
4 seasons.
I would
don't know if
never
I-
do that in a
Heating,
million
plumbing, and
years.
air conditioning.
I mean, like how tingly do you think his hand? Like all that, whatever the
Yeah, and the
chemicals
fact
are
that he's got
died.
his butt crack exposed, it means he's getting water from the river
Okay.
down there.
Oh.
That can't be good.
Not good. Not good.
It's gonna be
Now,
a no from me, dog.
I tell you what, that's not the way to spend your weekend. The way to spend your weekend is driving around and hitting Circle K as you're heading out of town. My in-laws are up like in the Vernon Hills area. I like to go up Arlington Heights Road, 83, stop at the old Circle K. We're super excited to have our partners at Circle K. Check out the local Circle K for the best coffee, beer, snacks, premium gas. Check out freebies and giveaways down the road. I told you where I go, Arlington Heights Road and 83. What is your favorite go-to road stop and pick up.
Bag of combos.
Grab and go.
Combos.
Bag of pizza flavored combos.
Pizza flavored combos.
flavored.
That's solid.
Gardettos.
Ugh. Hate the aftertaste of those things.
What are you, Law?
Ugh. So you're saying on like a road trip?
Yeah, I'm a Twix and a Red Bull if I'm going far enough.
I mean, I love a Twix. I'd probably get a cherry Coke, 20 ounce.
Well, drink wise, the Arnold Palmer,
Ooh, love it.
the lemonade iced tea.
those
thing.
are good.
Yes,
They're
yeah.
$1.
And they're
Oh.
like 37 ounces
Yes.
cans. I don't understand
Man,
why they're
I
so
love
giant.
those,
Delicious.
but my old man bladder on a road trip, that's 3 more stops.
That's fair.
That's 3 more
fair.
packs of
I don't know
combos,
what it
though.
is. The only time I ever drink Mountain Dew Code Red is from a gas station on a road trip.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like I never buy it at the store, but like something about like being in a gas station in the middle of nowhere, like Iowa, I gotta get the Code Red.
Yeah.
Going up to Wisconsin, you hit that Circle K. By the time you finish your Red Bull, you got to stop at the Bong Rec Center.
I love the
Let your
bong.
bong
rings
out
with
for
it.
some
Yeah.
recreation.
That is. Anyways, thanks to Circle K for sponsoring CHGO. Visit your nearest Circle K to pick up all your favorite finds. Thanks to Greg and Cody for helping me out today. Law is always helpful.
Oh, thank
He's
you.
going to be here all night, not long. So if you're here
Can't
at 7
wait.
o'clock live, make sure you tune in to find out when the Bears play the Vikings. Cody's got a few
If I
ideas
get it
on that.
right, then y'all have to credit me.
If Scooter Boy and
The Uberman.
and the Uberman are right about this, we're not, it's going to be better than Wet
Sounds like
Butt
the
23 breaking stories.
Sounds like the worst Marvel movie ever made.
Thanks for dropping by the CHGO Sports Podcast presented by Goose Island. Goose Island, the official beer of CHGO. We'll see you next week.